Welcome, I'm Kenneth Andre, Tenjutsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Everything that I share and say and do is for a reason. If there sounds like a contradiction, there isn't. Investigate further. Hope you're all doing well out there. Blessings and love to you all. Again, I'm not part of any religious belief system. I'm all about the truth. And many of us are part of something very unique in a time where there's a great harvest. The end of the world, as it's termed, which is a harvest. And there's a lot that has gone on with the world stage over the recent years. Things that many are completely unaware of. Now, before I continue, I just want to say something. So I responded to a comment in my previous video from I Am Sophia Christos. And I didn't have enough context. In reading his comment, I responded nonetheless, and he's give that additional information. And I did say in my previous video, I kind of get where you're going. With what I was reading today, I was like, that's it. Well done. Well done, I Am Sophia Christos. Spot on. Nonetheless, I know in the presentation that I gave in response, it's going to help others. Remember, the truth is the truth. We received the truth by the grace of God. It's going through a process in a transformation and investment, which is heavy, because you're going through the fires. You're going through an abrupt transformation, physically, psychologically, and spiritually. There's a lot going on because it's a complex fall. So reading the additional information from I Am Sophia Christos, I was like, okay, we look at things from different perspectives. We don't always articulate and convey things, should we say, in the fullness to try and express ourselves, and that's okay. With that additional information, reading it today, I was like, yeah, you're spot on. That's what I could foresee that you were getting at. We, in regards to a level within our own development, etc. It's so hard, and we're all trying to put the jigsaw puzzle piece of gold together, and there's so much data. Remember, we are in an age termed as the Great Flood. And it's only Father that can steer us out of all this information, this deception. We've been lied to about everything. We are coming out of a world of lies. Not only are we coming out of a world of lies where we see we've been playing in a fictitious shadow century copy reality, lied to about everything, but now we find ourselves in an age where great deception, a perpetuating and gurgitating of a lie, and it's becoming unnatural. And so it can be very hard to express yourself during this time. And only by turning to Father can we shine that which we receive with confidence, with conviction, that what we have received is from the Spirit, and relay that in the hope that it will give an individual that comes into the light with comparison some understanding and revelation, which is not easy when you're looking out there and you see it's completely opposite to what you are receiving from Spirit. It's hard. But yet, you feel it in your heart. The Holy Spirit is upon you, in you, telling you this is true. Follow this light. You must listen to your Lord. And I say, go prove me wrong. So again, to our brother, I Am Sophia Christos. Well done. Awesome. Keep going, brother. And we shall continue. Now, I've got something to share with you. So as many of you know, I've been studying day and night since the year 2011 after a mystical experience I had. And funny enough, I was 33. And I went down many different schools of avenue that I was completely unaware of. Unexpected avenues that existed. And certain avenues I was not, should we say, one for education. And certain mystical schools of thought were studying sacred mathematics, sacred geometry, quantum physics, even, should we say, the simulation matrix quantum computer future. And I found this strange. What they were actually doing was revealing the matrix they were in. When you go through these different avenues and having sacred texts exposed to you, trying to learn an education from spirit, you can see with hindsight that there's these presentations in our educational system that are obscuring the actual fundamental truths and knowledge that we should know. Again, it's the adversary, this world, that flips everything. It turns it around. It obscures it. It takes bits out. It fragments it all and scatters it. We are, as we're told, to put the jigsaw puzzle piece of gold together with Father. Now, this was my whiteboard studying over the recent years. There's a lot there. And I was studying about laws, hidden principles in connection with the constellations, a hidden knowledge where I become aware there's these elites. Now, not your elites with certain secret societies, individuals that are wealthy, that are given great responsibility, that talk in another language. There's no favoritism when it comes to Father, and these individuals, listening to them, they were on another level of awareness and knowledge. And they were meekness. They had this aura about them, this energy, where they wanted to understand how reality worked to better their lives. I'm not judging them. I noticed they would implement the constellations in their environment. And the attitude, they didn't judge the unconscious collective or the generic man. They were aware that they could play a role and they could move forward, understanding these laws and principles, and have foresight in what is coming. I'm not going to make a judgment because someone is found it fit to seek out the principles inherent within us and that which is true of God. A works many will not do. A works that only spirit can be done in you. If you go to your generic educational system, they'll give you something very similar to this and babble, and you will be confused. You will have no idea in what's being presented. They won't give you the real connections. They won't connect the dots for you. And yet, if you can babble, you'll get a PhD. If you can talk insane and waffle and circumlocution, just go around the houses to, should we say, bewitch people, then in that age we are coming out of, you are praised for it. You are rewarded for lying to the masses. What world is this? Now, how do you control a realm where demons live? Where the, should we say, the lower mind in a beast system. These are terms used in the Bible, guys, not from me. Where there is a very low degree of consciousness, plain as man, that's impulsive through matter, through that which is emanated from the soul, but it's asleep, that it thinks it is the dead matter. It's moving around in a host body system that's just responding from its cardinal impulses, which makes it animalistic, an animal. Learning all this, it shocked me. I started to see a greater mind, a great awareness, the different degrees of awareness and expression and being. And I saw myself as nought. But I could see that there was this power in me. My train of thought, my thought, word and deed. There was a hope of obtaining a wonderful future, to grow in power and in truth and in spirit. But I become very aware that I cannot act alone. If I do not do this with Father, then I don't want nothing, because I cannot work out all the variables that's in creation. That's in the mind of God, where we live and move and have our being and God in us. This is only a very small portion of what I've learned. Very small. I've had to learn symbology, sacred mathematics, sacred geometry. Mathematics using gematria with the synchronicities, so I can read the screen and listen and pay attention to the Father, that I can understand the message being received to me in my immediate environment. I'm dealing with the mind of God, and it's multi-layered. When God talks to you, it just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. Like the Bible, this is God, the love, wisdom, power, intelligence of the highest kind. And here I am, this man, trying to make sense, because I am of the light. Father has merged with me, trying to make sense of who I am in regards to this eternal light source. It's not easy. Now, I didn't pick up a book before I was 33. Like I was a sponge waiting for this moment. Like I said, I've been studying day and night ever since. Why? Because the times we find ourselves in. And I'm part of this unique translation into a wonderful future. Now, I don't share this with you to boast. I do not care about my ego. There is no pride here. I don't put myself above anyone or below anyone. I really don't. This is not from me. This is the works of my Father being done in me. I've not wasted my time. I've been broken and torn to pieces, denied everything, and Father literally has thrown my head into the books, into knowledge, into wisdom. It is the greatest. I'm here to glorify our Father's name and stand up for the kingdom. I even learned of star maps, and this is a star map that I received. Ceres, Orion, Taurus, Pleiades. Let me say it again. Osiris, the dog star, Orion with the Lionsgate portal, Taurus and Pleiades. Right? We go up and we come back down. Once we are flipped and freed, new creatures, we come back down, waiting at the door to be flushed out into the new age. Now that's a very small portion that I've learned. Ceres, Orion, Taurus. We were the lame bull. Enoch mentions about the white bull being restored. Free the flock. Okay, Pleiades, free the flock. And we got the masculine and feminine energy. This is a small portion connected with the 12 houses, the 12 signs of the zodiac. And now I'm learning of the 33 of the Milky Way. As you can see, it's a complex thought and there's a lot to it. Now, this is nothing to be concerned about. I read a comment not so long ago. Why is the truth so hidden? So many layers. It's God. You made your assumption about God. Many have anthropomorphized God, made him as this man deity in the heavens, looking down, judging everyone. And he says, who am I to judge? This all belongs to me. The earth is my play, the fullness thereof. I am the Lord of all flesh. What you are seeing, I'm in control of. So you've got to ask yourself, with the massive attack on humanity, what is going on? Of course, many don't want to hear the real truth of what happened and why it's unfolding in the way that it is. And yet it's love, wisdom, power, and intelligence of the highest kind. Those that open the matrix belong to the Lord. You are protected and safe. You are bearing witness to the script, God's play being fulfilled. And as we are told, who are we to question God? We're as clay in his hands. And yet, I'm going through these mystical transformations, seeing these strange anomalies, learning all this knowledge day and night. And Father is saying, I'm in you as you. You are me, and I am you. The Father becomes the Son, and Son becomes the Father. I'm like, Father, I can never work all this out. You do. Whatever it is you want to know, ask, and it is given to you. Hence Jesus said, I and my Father are one. He's equal with the Father and does not find it robbery to do the works thereof. And I started building this relationship and connection with my source, the alchemical marriage, back to the husband, the Lord, the maker with my soul. We are one and the same. The things I say about me is true about you. And this is coming from a meekness, turning to the authentic original blueprint, where we can enjoy a wonderful future, coming out with great wisdom and knowledge. A new application flipped from the first earthly man Adam to the heavenly man Adam. Now, if I can do this, who had no education, who wasn't seeking God, anyone can do it. If you are called and you belong to the Lord, as you go forward, you're going to do even greater things than Jesus, as we are told in the Bible. So stop judging yourself and God and this world. Things are not what they seem, and you are greatness. You are part of this power, the eternal source. You've opened the door and let Father come in and sit with you. Who can be against you? I overlook all offences. I've played them parts. I've gone through so much. I could put my hands up and say, Father, it's like you've took me through all the different rabbit holes, states of mind, the abomination and desolations. And yet it's kept me safe. There's a line. You wouldn't let me cross. With hindsight, I see that. Yet, so much of the horrors and horrible, uncomfortable states that I've been in. And I'm like, wow, thank you, Father. And now I'm bursting at the seams for life, groaning inwardly, knowing that reality could be so much better, a world, a realm to dwell in. And we do dwell in realms, guys. You got individuals trying to still describe the cosmology, the shape of the realm, etc. You're not going to do it. You'll never do it because it's infinite. Because the realm that you reside in is being projected from within your subconscious through the prism, through the door. With the unconscious collective, they set up the realms with these, and I've got to be careful what to say and how I approach it, agency schools of thoughts who fully understand the nature of the realms and have created these maps. They've orchestrated in the mind of God, in consciousness, and that's the secret of the universe, bringing a collective together to pin a map together, which keeps changing because reality is fluid, that through an unconscious collective, perpetuating the map with the collective groups in their relevant locations, you can create a base timeline that many can traverse through. Now, this may go over your head. There's a lot I'm sharing here. You can go back to the 60s and play out that timeline, a world within itself. Only you won't be going back in time. You'll just be going through the pattern of the 60s and erecting that which you are judging and expecting. Does this not make sense? You can go back before then. You can rewrite history. And through retrocausality and through the application of your mind, you are growing. But the worlds are only used as a grid for expression, experience, etc. Many are still yet to understand the fundamental basis of reality, of consciousness, of mind. The old Egyptian axiom, all is mind. Now, when you start to grasp this with all your learning, you start to see that all things are possible with the Lord, as we're told in the Bible, that we are traversing through the space-time continuum. Many are angry and frustrated. What's happened to our history with the Mandela effect? mismemory, they coming up with all these assumptions. Does it really matter? When you really think about it and you get knowledge, it really doesn't matter. It's what you are being right now. It's the direction that you are focused upon that matters. Out of all the pure potentiality and possibilities, the factual nature of reality through sacred mathematics and sacred geometry, it's your mind, your imagination, your direction of consciousness, the things upon your heart is steering you through the ages, that you can then start to see better with hindsight and comparison from that which is undesirable to that which is desirable. And this is in connection with the parable where he says, I can see clearly with Jesus Christ that to him that esteemeth something unclean, to him it is unclean. There's no favoritism to Father. To the pure, all things are pure. Now, whatever you believe about a thing, whatever you approve of, you keep between you and your Lord. Blessed is he who doesn't deny himself by what he approves. Learning more about God, it starts to make sense. And these ages are erected for the soul to traverse through, to grow, to awaken, to experience. If you want to play a LARP, a live action role play, as a soldier or whatever it is that you want to experience, well, these worlds are erected for that, because as Father says, the earth is my play, the fullness thereof. Are we not told this? Hence, I judge no one, guys. I've got nothing but love and appreciation towards everyone and everything. Now, hopefully, you'll start to understand why I say this. Love is the truth, and with your wisdom and knowledge, you go forward. As we're told in the Bible, my people die for lack of knowledge, lack of vision, so they remain asleep. They're handed over to a disbased mind, but there is a collective. Many of us were part of something very, very unique. We belong to the Lord. It's our return home through the law of return, and revealed to us in the Bible. Sorry, guys, if this is a bit heavy. I know I sometimes keep everything simple. I just want to do this video, okay? So the star map, Ceres, Orion, Taurus, Pleiades. We go up and we come back down, flushed out through the Lionsgate portal. Now, Orion, the Orion man, the dragon man, okay? The man of wisdom, of light, the star that comes out of Jacob. We are Jacob, we are John. The Bible is about your psychological drama as a soul with spirit traversing through the space-time continuum, the mind of God. But to many religious belief systems, I'm a blasphemer. I'm the devil. Oh, I'm fully aware that I've played that role. It's only through a transformation, the works of Father have been done in me, where the light is sprung forward, that I can see my dark side. I've brought it into balance with the brass feet, the Lord Jesus Christ. I've received my treasures of darkness. I see. The trouble is, do you see your own nature? Are you aware, awake, and sentient? That you would come into a state of meekness and not judging God, yourself, or the world. Are you a new creature? Have you flipped from the first earthly man Adam, the elementive, to the heavenly man Adam, being star-born? That which is of the flame. Our God is consuming fire. Our God is consuming fire. And it's through this transformation, even though we're pinned to these old bodies, we have a hope of a wonderful new future, that we can apply ourselves and multiply and expand in the desires of the heart without being enslaved, imprisoned. Now you are free in Christ indeed. Before this, you have an adversary lotted over you, and many are completely unaware of it. No one is really paying attention to their Bible or really seeking God. We're told this in the Bible. Father says, no one really seeks me. No one really understands. We are coming into an age, into new timelines of great understanding, where the mysteries and secrets are going to unfold, pour forth of great light and understanding, where we receive revelation and understanding and see that it was all of God. That he kept us safe. He wouldn't give us anything that we cannot handle. And he's the vastness of it all. As we're told in the Bible, he has done this so he can be the all in all. And we can appreciate that without any judgment. Yet in meekness and in gratitude, we go forward as new creatures. Sorry, I digress. So Ceres, the dog star, Orion. This Orion is also connected with I'm going to get this right. Let me slow down. Virgo, Orpheus, the secret sign, Aquarius, Booties. It's one. Okay, it's the archetypal and characteristics and attributes that's inherent within your soul. There's 3 verses. Did you invest upon the spirit man? Now, so much of the constellation is actually referring to your soul. With the balancing of the masculine and feminine energy, they become as one. With the luminaries going through the houses in their relevant locations, you can see what's going on with us and within. With knowledge, paying attention to Father the Light, who's going to talk to you not just through the heavens, but upon the earth, through signs. Look at the world as a screen, what comes into your immediate environment. Try to interpretate it through learning symbology, or should we say, like you try to interpret the dream of the night, you will receive a message. And by doing so, you go by the day. This is receiving the 8th eye. At first, when we're asleep, we are traversing through the 7 eyes of the Lamb. I've talked about this in a channel. Yes, the things that I'm talking about is another level. And I'm leading to something here, so bear with me and I'll try and slow down. So I've shared with you this image, right? Where she's holding the light. This is the light bringer, the morning star, holding a phallus, and she's pregnant. Right, and she's got the rays of light. This is to do with, again, luminescence with the moon and the sun. Okay, and there is chains on the feet. As, should we say, light beings, we are born into the matrix, going through the spectrum, the spectre, being formed, playing our roles, ready for that point in time where we awakened. Now, I have shared this image with you. All right. And I've talked a lot about it in my channel. It's to do with Lucifer, Lucy, an archetypal framework we all play as a default. We are all the fallen angels. Stop listening to your religious belief systems or your conspiracy communities. They are lacking a lot of knowledge and understanding. I'm not judging them. They just needed more revelation and knowledge. That's all. I've shared with you this image. Funny enough, the Sun and Jupiter are very close together with the serpent vertical. We have Venus in Aries, the ram, and we have a presentation of a door opening up. The crown, the activities of the Sun, also connected with the 2 pillows. It's all going on right now. Okay. I've shared these images with you. I'm keeping this. Now I'm going to keep it a bit more simple. I've shared with you the 12 tree grid, the new matrix, the new timelines. Okay. That's been erected. Okay. From our root chakra, the new heaven and earth that's laid before us with the foundation of the 4 pillows, from that which is in the subconscious out in your terrestrial, through the prism, the pineal gland, okay, where we're going to move from one world into the next. Right. I've shared with you this image, okay, where we're going to shift from one age into the next, over the threshold, through the door, into the authentic original blueprint, with a new heaven and earth that's been erected within us, and we're with Christ in the middle, on the right hand side of the Lord. All here, guys. All right. And I've shared with you this image. I've talked a lot about this. I've shared with you the 33 constellations in the Milky Way, where there is 2 doors. Okay, we get the Ouroboros, but we also get the door. This is connected with Jacob's Ladder, ascension, descension. The angels that are graduating, should we say, gone through the process, through the law of return, about to go up into the higher spheres. I shared this crop circle with you. Many are going horizontal, we are going vertical. We're at the crossroads. We're going from one world into the next. We're between worlds at the moment, and we're waiting for, again, to come into completion, restoration and healing. My ears ringing. Here's that crop circle again. We're in the middle at the moment, and there's an event, like a flash event, that occurs within an individual. Okay, and there's a lot of symbolism here. I've broke this down already, right? We're in between worlds, and we go from this world into this world, right? And there's going to be this metaphysical, supernatural transformation that is going to occur with us. There is many that are out there in certain positions who are aware these events take place. Doing my due diligence and investigation, listening to certain individuals in certain positions, being present, paying attention, I'm aware they know what's coming. It was so paramount to get knowledge and wisdom connected with the 10 virgins. I've shared with you this ring of the Milky Way. Okay, we've took the Sun and Jupiter in the bull's horns in Taurus that are in the river of the Milky Way. Okay, as I mentioned, with Father moving upon my waters, listening to that sort of voice, and I said to Father, what happens when the Sun enters the river of the Milky Way, the ring of fire? Of course, we are new creatures made in the image of the Father. The depiction of God, and I'll say it again, in the Bible is the invisible light, spirit and love through the image of his Son that's formed in our hearts, as told us in the Bible. I've put the spirit of my Son into your heart. I travel with you again in birth until Christ be formed in you. You are made in the image of the Father, and our God is a consuming flame. You are flame born, star born, the star that comes out of Jacob. You now can go through the door. You're not denied it because you are one in nature. A new name. Name means nature. The new name on the white stone put on the middle pillar. You now have access to the higher realms. Hence, many of us have gone through so much because we've been in a lake of fire. You don't want to spend eternity in the lake of fire, in the furnace of affliction. Father says, I do this for my name's sake. I am refining you as silver. Why is it silver? This is connected with Jesus Christ, which is, yes, expressed by your secret societies, because we are reflecting the countenance of the living word in us. That's why it's silver. Father, our Father, as gold as the sun. But this is a different type of sun and frequency, a light beyond anything that we can actually comprehend, because it's emanating everything. If we were to even glance at it, it would destroy every atom and cell of us, as I've talked about. Right. Again, it's the world as a screen. Symbology, it lifts the veils. You've got to be present, pay attention to what's being said. We get the half moon, the door. Okay. This is connected with the 10 virgins. Half had wisdom, the other half didn't. The other half didn't. It gives us an language of a door. All right, so we now have on the 17th going into the 18th, 19th, Jupiter and the Sun in the river of the Milky Way. All right, I'll show you another image. Now remember, Jesus Christ said, I am the Alpha, the field, which is important. We got Venus, all right, in Aries. We've got the Sun and Jupiter in the stream of the Milky Way, where it becomes a blazing ring. Venus is the bright morning star. There's a language in the Bible. As a default, we start off as Lucifer, the light bringer, the word that's in us, and we are flipped, becoming the bright morning star, the star that comes out of Jacob. You are flame born, made in the image of the Father, not the beast system. Okay. Remember, guys, those that open the matrix belong to the Lord. We have been schooled, going through the 7 eyes of the Lamb. Now, we get a language. We are the living amongst the dead, and we've prayed for our loved ones and family. There is a lot of innocent that are on the world stage. Many are going forward, as I've mentioned in the channel, and they're going to receive the voice of God suddenly become awake in them. they're going to become more sentient aware. Some will be put to shame at first because through the awakening with comparison, hindsight, it's going to be a bit of a wake up shock to them. This is the language we get in the prophecy. There is many entities that are disappearing. They do not belong to the future, to these new timelines that are being erected before us, as told us in Enoch, Apocrypha, Bible, Emerald Tablets, etc. And so, with the half moon, even though we get some that are asleep, there is a hidden message. With the splitting of the apple, where there's two halves, there is this root that joins the two into the resurrection of Christ. We've received that sign with the pink moon, that referred to as the strawberry moon. That's just occurred. And now we've got the half moon, which is the door, occurring on the 18th. You'll see the lotus flower spring up all around the depiction of Christ in a boat at the end scene of I Pet Goat 2. Okay. I know we're not quite there yet. I'm still not. My soul, through its journey, I've had the initiation presentation where it's coming to a state of completion. The voyage is finished. However, I'm still not fully, should we say, restored. This is where we get language in the Bible with 130 plus verses about restoration and healing. When the states that I'm in starts to shift, I know that I've shifted. This is to do with the event that's coming. And I'm part of this transitioning, the translation over into these new timelines. Brother Dana posted about Orion, the Sun and Jupiter at the top of Orion, where you see him holding like a mallet, like a hammer. All right. But precept upon precept, line upon line. And he shared this image. So he's saying, and remember Venus in Aries, marking the end and the beginning, which is connected with the light bringer. We get that image too here. All right. The new heaven and earth. This is connected with this flash event, the new rays of light being emitted from the sun. Remember, the sun will not hurt us. Father's in control. It's just erecting this wonderful eternal heavenly home not made of human hands from all the investment. The end of the world is the harvest, and it's for the angels, as we're told in the Bible. It makes sense that it's in the torch of Orion. Let's call that hammer a torch, because to one group it's a hammer. They're off. Also, there's another layer to it. It's going to break the hardened hearts where it becomes as flesh. And there's another layer. Like I said in the channel, there's many layers to a message being received. It's by what you are being. It's what you are receiving from spirit. Being sentient aware with comparison lets you know where you are in the complex fall in the mind of God. Like I said, there's a lot going on. This Orion is connected with the Lionsgate portal, the Sphinx restored with the kite, the hawk head, where you fly off as the fiery phoenix into the new age. The fiery phoenix? Yeah, because you go through the door made in the image of the Father. Our God is a consuming flame. We are the flame born. Brother Dana shared this image in March. Okay. With Virgo in connection with the light bringer. This is connected with Father doing a new thing, but who can perceive it? The birth of the new age. I'm doing a new thing, but who can perceive it? A new heaven and earth is coming down to you. Persevere, have patience, have tolerance, keep watch, it's coming. This is in connection with the bright morning star, which is Venus, connected with Virgo, which is connected with your soul. Revelation 2:28, and I will give him the morning star. Who's him? The living word, the sun that's formed in our heart, given the soul, the alchemical marriage. See, there's lots of layers to it. And you have to pay attention and really seek God to put all the jigsaw puzzle pieces of gold, to put precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. This is the becoming of the heavenly man Adam, not the elementive. Woe to you, inhabitants of the earth, the elementives. Rejoice, you heavens. Hence, I share this image with you. This is the new age, the resurrection and restoration of our lives, moving into new higher octaves and spheres, a future that will prosper us. That is what is coming. Again, go prove me wrong. Revelation 22:16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify to you these things in the churches. We are regarded as the churches, okay? I am the root and offspring of David. This is to do with the Counselor of Peace, Manuel, the key, being on the right side of Christ, being soldier to soldier. That's the best way of saying it. And the bright morning star, the star that comes out of Jacob. The root of David is connected with Jesse. This is in connection with the Garden of Eden being restored. I make known the end from the beginning. What was the beginning? The Garden of Eden. Your tree is restored. Your Garden of Eden is restored. The waters of Eden comes and cleanse you. You now come from the tree of life. The fruits of the Spirit, the wonderful virtues of God. David is praised out of everyone else because he does the will of the King. Who is the King? The Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, the Lord Jesus Christ, the living word that's in your heart. Where you walk with the Father going by the day. So I'm going to leave it there because there's a lot of information I've given here. I hope something comes across, inspires you. I will do future videos, keeping it very basic and simple in hope that you grasp understanding. Keep following along, guys. Father has groomed me for a time like this. I'm here to glorify our Father's name. This is to assist you in coming into revelation, into light. I'm Kenneth Andre, Tenjutsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Love you guys. I hope this helps. I will review it. If it's good, I'm going to post it. Have a great day.